Yes, legends, what's going on? It's the Flying Pig here. Sorry, hair's not quite straight there. It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little stream for you lads and lasses. How are we all doing? It's lunchtime. It's the 16th of July, 2025. It's 1:26 p.m. And Bryan Mbeumo has still not signed for Manchester United. Goodness me. We're going to be signing him for the over 75s at this rate. This is a shambles. Sorry for being late there, by the way, folks. Just had a couple of technical difficulties there, but we are live. Do us a favour at the start of the stream. Smash that like button on it. Give us a massive like spike. Hit the thumbs up on it. You know it makes sense. You can give us a share around as well if you fancy. Link is pinned there at the top of the live chat. You can repost us on X. Appreciate everyone who does that. And also, we'll shout you out later. Welcome into the live chat, legends. Superstar, Joe Boyer, Ivor, Dave Lister, Ashley, Naz, Dave, Primo Italia, Bobby, Neil Crow, Dave Watkins, Elliot. Hang on a second, what's these badges we've got now? So how, yes, finally we've got it, have we? We've got the old top crown thing. Look at that. Dave Watkins, you're number one, apparently, mate. Primo Italia, Ronster, Elliot, Tim, Nas, Dave, Kieran, Bottom Bliss, Gaz Wads. And everybody, that's Salford, and Mbeumo's seen shopping at B&M Bargains in the reduced section. Hypergraphia, Sia CJ, Joshua Simway, Shiko 1, Tim Porter, let's go, everybody. Thank you so much. Dave says number one, baby. Hey, nice one, Dave. I don't know what that's all about, though, but I guess it's just based on your interactions, is it? Legends. But that's good. We've been seeing loads of other channels have that, and I haven't had that, and I wondered where the hell it was, and now it's here, so that's good. We've got, like, top fans or whatever it's called there. Nice. Brilliant. Right, guys. Yes, hit the thumbs ups, hit the shares, get yourself subscribed if you're new, and all that jazz. We're going to have a Q&A at the end of the video. As always, get yourself involved in the live chat. Get your thoughts and opinions in, obviously, throughout the show, and we'll dip in and out. How you doing? How you doing? I'm all right, Shivam. Actually, last couple of days been a bit under the weather, bit allergy again going round. At the pigsty. Bit of lurgy, guys. Yeah, I've been a little bit under the weather, actually. A little bit glandy, guys. You know what I mean? Not great. Is this not Brentford refusing to accept until they find a replacement? Bunch of shithouses. Well, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that, Disco Dave. I mean, let's just get into it then. It means the top postage. Yes, that's it there, Dave. Yep, top fans. You got no fans. You got no grand. Anyway. Right, let's do this. So, hang on a second. I don't like this. I don't like this camera there. It needs to be further up there. That's better. Oh, that's better. Okay, let's talk about it then, guys. So, look, Bryan Mbeumo, the situation there is actually turning into a complete farce, isn't it? Surely it's imminent. Surely it's happening now. Surely it's happening in an hour. Surely it's happening in 2 hours. You know, but surely it has to be soon. This is ridiculous. The fact that we haven't been able to get this deal reached and not been able to go and sign anybody else either is quite pathetic. Loads of other clubs doing mad business, lots and lots of sales, lots and lots of money being spent. Oh, but not for the shithouse Glazers and INEOS. Oh no, they're keeping things tight, it seems, looking to get this Mbeumo deal done. Still happy to wait, 6 weeks essentially to scrimp and save a few million quid if they can. What a bunch of scumbags. Look, yes, Brentford are playing hardball and are asking for a lot of money. But they surely got to bend a little bit. But United just need to make this deal happen by paying what we need to pay, really, get him done. It's quite ridiculous. This is still not done. You've asked for the temperature in the sky. It's only 25.9 today. It is quite sunny, though, so I expect it to get quite a lot hotter. But look, we're still, the thoughts are is we're still working on Mbeumo. It's like I've been away for, I don't know, I didn't stream yesterday. As I say, I was feeling a bit under the weather, a bit allergic. I didn't stream yesterday. there was no United news. I was fully prepared to jump on if there was some actual United news, like some big news, like, third bid gone in for Mbeumo, here we go. Or something along those lines. I would have jumped on, but there was just nothing. Another day went by of absolutely guff, just speculative links to players like Nicolas Jackson and the Stupinan and stuff like this. I mean, just on that very quickly, what the hell are we doing? I like a Stupinan, by the way, and it is just speculative links. I think there are sources from bloody TalkSport, so that basically means, we can just discount that. But why do we need another left wing back right now? It's not really the most important position for us to strengthen. So I think it's bollocks. Surely we're looking to go and sign a striker at this stage. I don't even think that's a legit story, guys, because it just doesn't make any sense. Yes, he is good, but for what United need right now, that's not where we need to spend the money in this window, is it? We certainly have to get a goalie, a striker, way before we get a fourth left wing back or whatever it is. What a shit show. And then obviously the Nicolas Jackson link. Well, I'm sorry to say, guys, but I think I'd rather have... who's a Jackson I didn't say last time? Peter Jackson, the director of Lord of the Rings. I'd rather have him playing up front than this guy. Okay, so there are reports about Nicolas Jackson. Nicolas Jackson's weighing up his future at Chelsea following the arrivals of Liam Delap and João Pedro. Man United are among a number of clubs interested. This is via the Times. And there's various outlets saying that he's essentially been offered to Manchester United, as he has a bunch of other clubs. Yes or no, guys, would you take Nicolas Jackson at Man United if the price was right? The price isn't going to be right, though. It'll still be quite a lot, I think. But yes or no, would you take Nicolas Jackson? Nicolas Jackson, oh, I am for real. Never meant to make you cry, but you are just not my guy. You're not the one, Nicolas Jackson. You're not the one, mate. He's not good enough. He's too much of a headless chicken. He misses too many chances. He does get a lot of chances, and he gets in a lot of good positions, and he's not completely gash. But essentially, he's just not really the overall well-rounded technician that I want. He's not an out-and-out goal scorer is what I'm saying. Let's have a look. We need a striker and a keeper at bare minimum. Yes, precisely. I completely agree with you, lad. Completely agree with you. Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson. Yes, these Jacksons would all be more welcome. Jackson's a bad move. I'm with you there, Michael. Everyone's saying no pretty much in the chat here. There's quite a few people saying no anyway. How you doing, Tommy Boyle, lad? Get in there. Jokeres deal on verge of collapse. Sporting requesting more up front and more in add-ons. Seriously, where you get this from, Tommy Boyle, lad? That's epic, lad. I hope that's the case. But who's reporting this, lad? Is it Ornstein? Is it Faber? Is it some bullshit rag in Portugal, lad? We need to know. Okay, Southgate seen at Carrington. Get out of here now. Get out of here now. Right, so Randy Jackson. Yes, good shout. Good shout. Okay, so, look, we don't want Nicolas Jackson. I think the majority of us don't want Nicolas Jackson. I don't think that's realistic anyway. Fabrizio Romero. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I think you mean Fabrizio Romano there, don't you? Yes. Okay, that's fine. I don't know why I've missed that then. Oh, yes. Oh, wait, no. What? I don't know. I think I missed that then, lad, when I was preparing this show. I haven't seen that. If you could send me that on Telegram, that'd be amazing, lad. That'd be amazing. Okay. Right, so let's just get into this anyway. Anyway, who cares about that? Because we're not going to get Jokeres, even if the deal doesn't work out there for Arsenal. If that deal collapses, we're not going to get him, are we? So what's the point? Depends on what the deal is, do you reckon? I suppose. I mean, I guess I would take him as an option. He would actually be better than Rasmus Hojlund. If we're going to go into the new season with Rasmus Hojlund as our only striker, we're doomed to repeat the gashness of last season, I think, in terms of the number 9 scoring in front of goal. Whereas, I guess this guy would get more. He definitely would get more. Certainly would get more. But that's not that hard, is it? Lots of people would get more than... I mean, Harry Maguire would get more than Rasmus Hojlund if you played him up top. So, literally, I'm pretty sure he would. He'd bag a bunch of headers and get a few tap-ins. I'm sure he would. Decent player is Slabby Maguire, So, out of all these links that we've had up top there so far this summer, this one's right down there for me. I'd much prefer we went to see if we can get Ollie Watkins or maybe the likes of... Visser and Mateta and these guys, Osserman, whatever. I'd much prefer any of those guys to a Nicolas Jackson link. It just doesn't really add up for me. Hey, thank you, The Mustard. He says we've got 78 likes, and he says bonk the like for the pig. Thank you so much there. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on it. Thank you so much. He would pig. It's proper fact. 35 million is his true value. Your old mum would score more. Slabby got more this season from centre-back. That's true. That's true. So yes, from that perspective, like anybody would be better than Rasmus Hojlund, but surely we should aim a little bit higher than Nicolas Jackson. Not that he's not a good player, but as I said, I just don't believe he's clinical. I don't believe he's a proper number 9 that we need to fire in 20+ goals a season in the Prem. It's not going to happen. So yeah, no, not interested in him. I would certainly leave him well alone. Most of the live chat's also in agreement that it's probably not the best of ideas to go for him right now. But he is better than Rasmus Hojlund, but so's Doris the Tea Lady. So it's not exactly awe-inspiring. Anyway, let's just get into what we've got in the Mbeumo situation latest. Like I said, there just isn't that much news at Man United right now. It's actually a farce. Loads of other clubs doing lots of business. You're hearing that Liverpool are maybe going in for Isaac, and Newcastle working on Ekitike, and all these teams are trying to do mad business. And obviously spend lots and lots of money this summer. And they're the teams that were actually up there doing well. And we, Manchester United, finished 15th place with minus 12 goal difference, was it? Just absolutely pitiful. 17 losses or whatever it was in the season. And we are happy, are we? Are we happy with Mateus Cunha being the only player signed? And still Mbeumo not through the door? And still no striker? And still no replacement goalkeeper for Flubberhand? What's the matter with these people running this football club? I swear, like, how can they be happy with this? Surely they've got to do a lot more for Amorim to try and get him, set up for the season with a pre-season tour. But you know what? That's fucked now, guys. It is. We're going to feel the ramifications of this gash month or so in this transfer window at the start of the Premier League season. I can almost guarantee it. Amorim has not had the players he needed in before the tour. We're going away on the plane on around about the 21st of July, whenever it is, to go to America. Obviously, we got that game against Leeds in Sweden before. But other than that, we're away on the tour. It's like, how many of these players are going to be joining us out there? Probably only Mbeumo. Let's hope he can get done before, but probably only Mbeumo. I can't imagine anybody else is going to come in. And if they do, it's too late. It's too late. Simply too late to work and prepare properly for the season for the new manager or for the new players with a new manager. It's a fucking shambles. So there you go. They're not going to expect a good start to the season if they're not going to plan properly for the season, in my opinion. They're asking too much from Amorim. I feel like Amorim's already being scapegoated here at Manchester United. Why are they not backing him, guys? Why aren't they backing him? They need to back him. This isn't backing him. Letting him go into the new season with Rasmus Hojlund and Andre Onana in the team. Is that really what we're going to do? I mean, that's not backing the manager, is it? Surely the manager wants lots of players to come in this summer. Lots and lots of players. Certainly a striker. Certainly he would have liked his mate Gyökeres before he decided to go to Arsenal or whatever. So we've got to turn our attentions to a different player, not Nicolas Jackson. But, where's the backing of the manager? I'm not seeing it at all. I'm not seeing... Okay, I know it's more difficult this summer with Manchester United's situation being in the shitter, with us obviously not having any European football and also finishing 15th. It's a little bit of a tumultuous time for United at the moment, that has to be said. But even so, we can sign players. We've signed Cunha from Wolves. There's lots of other teams signing players. We can get gems, can't we? There's no reason we couldn't sign a player like Richard Rios, for instance. Richard Rios could be had for 30 million at the moment. That's a bit of a snip, really. There's other clubs interested in him. Benfica, even Nottingham Forest on it. Lots of different teams are interested in Richard Rios. Man United have some interest in him, but not enough to actually go and bid and try and buy the guy. We are awful this window. This is one of the worst windows I've seen from United, and it's not getting any better anytime soon. Yes, if Mbeumo gets done, brilliant. That's great. Nice. Mbeumo and Cunha. That gives us some goals. That gives us some creativity. Proven Premier League players. I like it. But it doesn't solve the most glaring issues in the team. The most glaring issues in the team weren't even at number 10, really. The most glaring issues in the team are, striker, goalkeeper, lots of different positions, but those are the main two. So this is from Samuel Luckhurst earlier on, who said that United are still working on a deal to sign Bryan Mbeumo so he can figure on the club's pre-season tour of the United States. United sources are insistent they will only negotiate for a sensible price. Okay, so, it is quite pathetic and annoying, this, but it seems like, yes, Brentford have their price. United and INEOS in particular, and the Glazers, they don't want to sell for anything less than, I guess, their price, and they know that United are quite desperate, so they're still waiting for it. Sick of repeating myself, to be honest, but that's basically the situation, and United really are just in the position where we're probably going to have ended up negotiating for 44 days or whatever, and then just end up paying what they want anyway, because we're desperate. And obviously Mbeumo is back at the club now, training, all that sort of stuff. He should be training with us. He should be playing, in the pre-season. He certainly should be training with us before pre-season. That's it, really. We need to get the new guys in and get them settled in to a new environment, new city, all that rest of it. Check this out as well. So this is a bit more on Mbeumo from Luckhurst, who just said that United still working on a deal for Mbeumo so he can figure on the club's pre-season tour. United have had 2 offers rejected by Brentford, the second for more than £60 million, and the club sources are insistent they will only negotiate for a sensible price. United felt they were close to a breakthrough in the negotiations for Mbeumo last month, but the appointment of Keith Andrews as Frank's replacement caused the delay. I mean, I don't really see it cause much of a delay, to be honest. New manager coming in. If anything, it just means that the player's future is even more uncertain, and there's more likeliness of it happening. But 2 bids rejected. Yes, we know that. 45 plus 10, 55 plus 7.5, over 62, around 62.5 million combined total that we've bid so far. But at Brentford, obviously looking for more up front. It's a structural issue. It's a structural issue. Kind of like Manchester United's roof right now. The Old Trafford roof right now. Well, do you know what, Tommy? If that was the case, right, just imagine this is the case, Tommy. And that's all that Brentford want. They just want 62.5 up front and 2.5 down the line. And they just wanted more money up front. And that's the reason this deal wasn't going ahead, because of the structure of the deal. And they just wanted more money up front. They're not even asking for an astronomical figure. They're not asking for 70 million. They're asking for 62.5 up front and 2.5. If that's the case, Tommy, what you've just said there, which again, we don't know, especially if it's from Talkshite, ultimately, it's probably not accurate, but ultimately as well, that's not even that bad of a deal for Manchester United. Get the deal done. I thought we were fannying around trying to scrimp them down from 70 million because they were stead firm on 70, and that is too much to pay. But you look at what players are going for in this summer transfer window around the league, and all different teams buying lots of different players for big money. A lot of players going for 55, 60 million. There's nothing too uncommon about paying 65 million for a player like that who scored 20 goals and 8 assists last season. How would I rate the window out of 10 so far? It's honestly, it's a 2 out of 10, maybe a 1.5. We have signed Cunha, and that's a great player, so it's not a 0. We've got Cunha. We've also got rid of a couple of players that have been sort of just like fringe players for a while, like Lindelof and Eriksson, and also Johnny Evans, but those guys weren't really the problem. The real problem is the likes of Garnacho, Sancho and Rashford, and we still haven't got rid of them. So we're failing on the outgoings, we're failing on the incomings, and so it is a very poor window so far. Got to be just literally a 1.5 or a 2 out of 10 for me. What do you guys say? Zayn Miassi, what's going on, Zayn? How you doing? Zayn Miassi getting in there raw. Zayn Miassi, lad, he says, why do Barca Liverpool want Rashford? If Amrim's sacked, who do you want to replace him? What's worse, Rashford or Gyökeres scoring against United? I'd say it's probably worse if Rashford was to, move to Villa or whoever and end up scoring against us. But to answer your question, I'm not talking about Amrim getting sacked right now. It's not about what I want anyway. Plus, what I want is just for Amrim to be backed. That's what I want. I don't want him to be sacked. I want him to be backed. Because he's got to be given the tools to do it, lad. So I'm not even talking about who to replace him right now. That would be absolutely just completely disrespectful and also stupid. So I'm not doing that, Zane. Maybe that's an Arsenal mentality. You're already thinking about who to replace Arteta with, probably, if he melts the start of the season. Probably an Arsenal bottle job mentality, but that's not what we're going to get into right now. And why do Barca Liverpool want Rashford? Well, look, I personally don't think there's that much interest in him from Liverpool. I have seen the updates. I have seen the latest reports in regard to that. And I think it's generally a little bit of bollocks, personally. That's what I think. Oh, nice one, Berber, lad. Let's see what's going on. Beats Guy, thank you for that, Burbs. How you doing today? And Beats Guy getting in as well. You're not sure we're getting Mbeumo now? It's pretty filth, isn't it, lad? It's pretty filth. Let me go and have a look and see what's going on here. Thank you very much there, lad, for sending me something over throughout the show. Oh, yeah, that's Gash, isn't it? Interesting. Yes, I did see that, actually. But let me pop this up on in the chat here. Nice one, Burbs, lad. Yeah. So anyway, Manchester United are still working on a deal to sign Bryan Mbeumo so you can figure on the club's pre-season tour of the United States. Also, we have this earlier on that the bid from Brentford for Omari Hutchinson breaks their transfer record by 7 million. The fee is surely with the knowledge of a large sum coming in over the next days. This is from Graham Bailey, and it says this could represent progress in the bid to sign Mbeumo, with Brentford asking to be allowed to arrange his replacement prior to the transfer going through. Right, personally think, that's bullshit. They need to sell this player. Man United need to get him in. They're not waiting to sign another player. That's bullshit. So, again, it's just United taking a long time about it, unable to get this agreement done with Brentford. Brentford asking for a lot of money, but Brentford are going in for other players, it seems, which could, I guess, just increase the likelihood that they're prepared to sell Bryan Mbeumo. Let's get into what Berber just sent me and pop that up on the screen here real quick. So this is what it says. Man United push to sign Bryan Mbeumo has stalled after Brentford raised their valuation to closer to 70 million. Sir Jim Ratcliffe's intent on not being pushed into paying more than his club's £65 million valuation of the forward via Jamie Jackson. Again, it's probably just straight guff, but that's what we've heard, is that Brentford are looking for 70 million, right? United don't want to pay that. Why do we think there's been such an impasse or such an inability to get this deal done over the last 44 days? Well, I guess the main thing is they haven't been able to reach the agreement there, and the reason for that is I think Brentford asking for closer to 70. Man United looking to pay closer to 62.5 or 60 or whatever it is, 62.5 we offered in total. And they just, that's why they haven't got the deal done, because they are too far apart. Yes, and we don't want to pay the money. So all that's saying is the absolute truth there, in regards to what Jamie Jackson said, because, we don't want to pay what they want. It's that simple, really. We are prepared to wait it out, even though we could just pay an extra few £1,000,000 and obviously get the guy in a month ago, get him settled in his new city, new club, have him training with the team, have him going on the tour, playing the pre-season, getting to know his teammates, manager, system, all the rest of it. We could have had that, but for the sake of a few £1,000,000, to save a few £1,000,000, we would quite simply just rather fanny around like a serious bunch of fannies. That's, I think, what it is, really. So United don't want to be seen paying too much for players, I suppose, or certainly Sir Jim and co don't want to be. Well, you're going to have to buy someone. We don't have to buy them, but that's it, really. I mean, they kind of have to now, because we've been working on this for nearly 2 months with no signs of any other players coming in. It's not like we've got lots of fingers in lots of different pies right now and irons in fires where we can just say, yeah, okay, let's sack that deal off, and then within 48 hours we've reached an agreement to sign Osman or whatever. It just isn't going to happen. They're all in on the Mbeumo deal because they've not tried with anybody else. There hasn't been speculative talks with Napoli for Osman. There hasn't been speculative talks with Aston Villa for Watkins. It's like there just hasn't been any movement because they're solely focused on Mbeumo because they're skint, guys. Man United's skint and Sir Jim's skint. And Sir Jim doesn't want to pay an extra few £1,000,000 to get a player in to help the manager out because he's skint. He's not prepared to pay the money. It's really that simple. And yes, it's somewhat the unfortunate situation of United missing out on Europe that's done it with a 100 million loss. But even so, Man United generates hundreds of millions a year in terms of revenue. We are one of the biggest supporter clubs in the world and commercially successful clubs as well. So there is no good excuse not to spend. It's just them trying to scrimp and save and not be prepared to really, truly back the manager. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag INEOS out. It's the same, more of the same guff. And I'm starting to get really pissed off this summer, guys. I don't know about you. This is unacceptable so far as a rebuild. This is supposed to be a rebuild. This was supposed to be the summer. There's lots of business. We were supposed to be seeing 6 players go. We've listed the players like Sancho, Garnacho, Rashford, Anthony, Hojlund, Onana, Mount maybe. That's 7. 7 players that you'd ideally like to try and move on. We haven't managed to get any of them gone. And then players we needed to sign at least 4 players. 4 players minimum, which was a goalie, a striker, a number 10, and probably a central midfielder as well. So I don't even know why we've gone from the 2 number 10s here in Mbeumo and Cunha. Well, maybe they were trying to sell Bruno. I don't know. But either way, they haven't really done very well this summer at all in terms of planning. Surely you look at the team, you look at the worst positions, and you go and you try to improve those positions, and you do improve those positions. You sign players, you give the manager the tools to do the job. But they haven't. So I think it's one of the worst windows so far from us, and Glazers out, INEOS out. I've had an absolute enough of it. Okay, let's just get into the chat for a couple of minutes then, guys, in regards to this Mbeumo stuff. It's sickening. Hopefully we hear a bit more about it very soon, coming soon. Let us know your thoughts, if it's going to get done or not. But I think it will get done, and I think it will get done in the next few days. But I have been saying that for what seems like a millennium now. So I would not be surprised if it raged on a little bit longer, let's be fair. You know, this could go on until the end of the transfer window. Ultimately, I think we'll get Mbeumo. I just don't know when it will be, but ultimately I think we'll get him because, you know, Brentford are not going to be prepared to lose this deal. They can stand to make £65 million here on this deal. If not, they're going to have a want-away player on their hands. So if that's the case and he doesn't want to be there, I mean, really, that's what a shithouse player would do right now, would be not turning up for training, handing in transfer requests, speaking through his agent to the media, etc. That's what a shithouse player would do. Bryan Mbeumo, to be fair to him, seems very professional. He's just sort of turned up for training, got his head down, waiting for the deal to be done. He's keen on joining United. He's already agreed to personal terms. So Bryan Mbeumo is showing good professionalism, but perhaps if he wants to, you know, if he wants to assist this move along, like he did assist Vissa last season many times, that he's going to have to maybe cause some waves. So I just hope that he does push for a move with inside Brentford and it increases the likelihood. But Brentford, they're not going to get the money elsewhere. If they can't sell Mbeumo, yes, they're whoever it was came out a couple of weeks ago and said that he'd be happy to stay and play for them for the season. That's not the case. He wants to get paid 4 times as much at United and play for a massive club like United. So that's bullshit. Jean-Luc, how you doing? He says, Pig, which players do you realistically think would join United after the potential Mbeumo signing? Realistically, John Victor and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I don't know. United are so fucking shite, aren't we, mate? What's going on, Marek Stachowski? Thank you so much for your super chat there, you legend. I appreciate you. He says, falling out of love with United. Can't watch Onana / Rasmus. Can completely agree. That's going to be super painful going into next season if we cannot actually get somebody to replace those guys. And Mbeumo this Friday, you reckon? Katu says, Pig, is it at least a positive that we're not bending over to whatever request like usual? I mean, yeah, it would be if we were working on other deals at the same time. You know, like if that was actually the case and we were trying to get a striker or goalie or had some sort of like plan B, if we can't get Mbeumo, then that's fine. I'm up for that. But we're not really working on anything else properly. So it's like, if we can't get this deal done and we don't bend to what they want, then we're just not going to get Mbeumo and we're going to have to go get somebody else. So then we have to start the whole transfer negotiation process over again. We haven't gone and got other deals in. We should be working on multiple players at the same time. But instead, all of their focus was on getting this Mbeumo deal over the line. And they haven't been able to do that. But, I mean, I guess it's positive in the sense that, you know, they've got their negotiation limits. They're not prepared to just completely give in. But there is a time and a place, really. There's a time and a place, and I don't care if it's a few million quid extra, really, for Mbeumo. Ultimately, I've said previously, if it's 70 million, walk away. But at this stage now, with how much we've invested in terms of time into this deal, and with no other players on the horizon for us to sign, we should be working on others, but there's no imminent players other than that could be coming in the next coming days. It's only Mbeumo before the tour. Because of that, we kind of have to get him in. We just have to get him in. Thank you very much for that, Marek Stachowski. I appreciate you, you absolute legend. Bring Edward Woodward back. What? Even Calvert-Lewin won't be signed, Piggy. Nobody wants our Fab Five. No, it's true. How are you going to convince anyone to take them? Because they're on big money as well. Martinez is a potential reality. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. So, obviously, we do need a new goalkeeper. Andre Onana is injured for about 4 weeks. That should see him back, you know, middle of August, which is when the Premier League season's already, you know, underway. So we're going to have somebody at the start of the season. Martinez, you know, he's out banned for the first few games of the season, so he actually wouldn't help with it in that regard. But for long term, as a replacement for Onana, yes, definitely, I would certainly like him. And, you know, I've seen some reports today of bids of, 20, 22, 20, 30 million, whatever, put in there from Manchester United for Martinez. But I just think it's bullshit speculative guff. You've heard we've put a 22 million bid, and I saw something about that. You know, I think it's all speculative guff. Like I said, I need to see it from a good source first. No disrespect, but I want to see it from, you know, a Fab or an Ornstein or someone like that before we realise that we've actually, or we sort of, you know, we understand that we've bid for Martinez. We haven't bid for Martinez as far as I'm concerned because we haven't got any confirmations from any of the top dogs, the Diamond Dog transfer news aficionados. So we haven't got any of those yet, guys. When that comes, obviously, then we'll talk about it a bit more. But Martinez should be on the cards. Villa looking to rebalance some things and need to generate a little bit of cash. He's coming with big experience. He's coming with, obviously, World Cup winning campaign where he was amazing. Golden Glove winner, all the rest of it. The guy's obviously a beast, right? The guy's obviously a good goalkeeper. He's got a bit of shithousery about him. He's much better than Andre Onana. So, yes, I would be damn up for it as well. I'd also be up for getting in, you know, Diogo Costa if the funds were available. I'd be up for going to get one of these sort of younger prodigies, maybe like Sakana Sechi or, you know, Chevalier, one of those guys that have been mentioned. At the end of the day, I'll probably take Kasper Schmeichel. You know, right now, I'd take anyone. I'd take Ramsdale. I'd take Pickford. I'd take David James after he's been up all night playing Nintendo. You know, I'd take lots of people over Andre Onana. So let's just hope that there is some basis to that story, and that Martinez, you know, is on the cards, because we do need a new goalkeeper, and he is experienced and prem-proven. You don't have that uncertainty of a player coming over from, say, Ligue 1 in France with a bit of youth on their side who's not got that experience. So I think, yeah, it actually makes a lot of sense. 2 times Yashin Award winner is a really good keeper. I hope we get him. Yes, Berber. Top Dog says 22 mil for Martinez. If we could get him for 22, I mean, that would be a snip. So the feeling is he does want to move this summer, and he would be open to joining Man United. That's all the reports I've seen all summer long anyway. But we haven't really seen much movement on this. We haven't seen, you know, personal terms agreed or the clubs locked in negotiations like we have Man United and Brentford. So I can only assume they're focusing on getting this Bryan Mbeumo deal done. Maybe it would have been a different story this summer if there was clubs lining up to sign Rashford and Garnacho at the start of the window, and they'd have given us the cash to be able to reinvest. I think that's fair. I think INEOS and Glazers just don't want to spend a damn penny, only money that the club generates. You should have players lining up to play for you, but they aren't. That's a worry for you. I mean, we definitely have players lining up for this. They're just not the top players. You know, we want to try and sign really good players like Cunha and Mbeumo and these guys who are from smaller clubs, but are really good players that are going to step up, you know, that can step up to the next level. That's the sort of player we need to sign anyway. I mean, we definitely don't have the top players lining up for us. Absolutely not. Garnacho going the other way. Yeah, so I've seen some links there. I mean, let's pop that up on the screen. So we'll talk about Garnacho then very quickly. So Alejandro Garnacho, yes, there's a few clubs apparently in England interested in him. Chelsea, Spurs, and Aston Villa. Aston Villa may be a realistic place for him to go if we're talking about doing business with them for other players. Ollie Watkins, Martinez. So if we're giving Martinez a value of 25 million and we're giving Watkins a value of 45 million, doesn't that mean that we can give them Alejandro Garnacho plus 10 or 15 million to sweeten the deal, to get 2 of their players off of them? Yes, they are losing a goalie. They'll have to get a new goalie, but they're getting a very good young forward player that will probably do them well for many a year indeed. So if I was in charge of things at United, I'd certainly be trying to put the feelers out there, seeing if Garnacho's interested in Villa. He apparently wants to stay in the Premier League, but also seeing if Aston Villa are interested in signing him. And if they are, I'd try and use him as a bargaining chip to get Martinez and Watkins, because that would sort us right out, wouldn't it? Just imagine that, guys. I think that would be a 10 out of 10 deal if we paid 15 million to them plus Garnacho and we received in return Ollie Watkins and Martinez. I believe that would be a 10 out of 10 bit of business, because we've got this want-away player on our hands who's a melt, who has a bit of an ego and clearly doesn't want to be here anymore, has posted himself in bloody Aston Villa shirts anyway on social media. And we've got 2 real problem areas in the team. We've got the striker position and we've got the goalkeeper position that need to be strengthened. So, I mean, if they were able to do something crazy like that, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a straight swap. I know that that's crazy to think, but I'm just saying, like, let's say We buy Martinez off of them for 25, 30 million. We buy Watkins off of them for 40 million. And then we sell them back Garnacho for 60, 55. Then that way, we're getting what we want. They're getting what they want. They've got themselves a great young player who's going to be a top winger for many seasons for them as a young guy. And they've got rid of a couple of players. They've generated a little bit of cash. It's just absolutely spot on. Put me in charge. Give me the job, United, please. Let's get this deal done. Exactly. He's already got a Villa shirt. Yeah, just needs to peel the letters off the back and put his own name on there. Already know how he looks in the shirt. Exactly. Spot for Tielemans, for Garnacho. Garnacho will be trouble. Will be double for Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber haircut. Yes, true. Mark. Yeah. Yeah. Bird. Yeah. How many seasons before United start challenging for the league again? Actually challenging, it's got to be minimum of 3, maybe even 5 to actually challenge for the league. Our objective this season should really, if we spend well, which we're not, but if we did, would be to try and get into the top 7 or 8. 7, really. We want European spaces this season, basically. Then the next season, we should be looking to break into the top 4. And then the season after that, that's realistic when we should be looking at trying to improve upon that. But we're nowhere near competing at the moment. Look at all these other teams up there who are so far ahead of us, and they're strengthening with lots of good players coming in this summer. I mean, I think Liverpool, if we're not careful, might just assemble one of the freaking best teams you've ever seen in the Prem. If they're on about signing Isaac for 120 million and all this business at the moment, and they're just going out there ham, it's a horrible proposition for United to face. No swapping with Onana. Oh yes, okay then. That's actually a good idea, Sama. See, if they need a new goalkeeper, it's actually a great idea, Sama Zalad. You can be my deputy transfer outgoings assistant. So swapping with Onana, like it. They would want some replacement maybe for Martinez. Seems like a great deal there, Sama. I like his style. And then you watch Andre Onana go and be the best keeper in the Premier League. That's the one Martinez flop to United. No, I'm joking. 3 players available: Thomas Muller, Nelson Semedo, Fabianski. Yeah, I mean, I guess the only one that would interest me out of them would be Semedo, because we're a little bit short in the whole sort of right wing-back department. Garnacho should be sacked for pranks. And Mbeumo will sign with United. Always believe. God, I hope I'm right. I hope you're right too there, Joe. Surely it happens, mate. We've invested too much in this now, too much time, too much fanning around. If we were to just go and change our direction now, it's going to take a lot more time to get somebody in. We need Mbeumo. I think Brentford are going to play ball with us in the next few days, but I think it's going to be closer to £65 million more up front than what we want to pay, which is less up front and a bit more down the line. So I think it's just a structural thing, and we've been very poor with being able to get this agreement done. Martinez is the definition of melt. He's another attitude problem. I wouldn't say he's a melt. I'd say, he's got a bit of fire in his belly. He's a little bit eccentric. He is a little bit gung-ho sometimes. Maybe he is going to cost you the odd goal, etc. But you know what? His overall shithousery, his overall mentality, his overall command of the back line and the box and all that sort of stuff, it's good. It's much better than Andre. So I would take him in a heartbeat out of those two. Absolute shocking deal from you. That's a good deal, that Samaconda. What do you mean? We give them 70 million safer Watkins and Martinez, and then we get Garnacho off the books as well. Nobody will pay 55 million for Garnacho. Oh, come on now, Chico. Look at what a lot of these players are going for in the window. He's got to be worth at least that. The guy's 20. The guy's got mad potential. Come on, he's got to be worth that. Hey, Gungshi lad, what's going on? Yes, mate. How you doing? He says, hi, pig and fellow baconeers. How you doing there, the Don? Great to see you in here, Gungshi. How you going, lad? Yes. Still no Mbeumo deal yet, Gungshi lad? Where are the Timo videos? I know. I need to do some more, don't I? I know, yes. Like I said, I've been a bit under the weather the last 24 hours or so. So I haven't been able to do any, but I also haven't done any for a couple of weeks. So, yes. But I will do very soon. They do take a long time to do, but I will do some soon. Martinez for me, but we'll miss the first game of the season. Yeah, true. Martinez beefing with Scholes turned me off him. Yeah, well, he's a bit of a prick. Garnacho is 25 minutes tops. I mean, I don't really necessarily need to like a player for them to be a good player for Manchester United. There's been quite a few players over the years at United that I've just thought were knobs, but they were great players. I'm trying to think of who now. Let's have a little think about this. Who was a complete knob, but was just so amazing you didn't even care? You know, I mean, Bruno Fernandes is a fine example, really. If Bruno Fernandes played for Liverpool, I'd probably fucking hate him. He's a right little moaning mini, isn't he? You know what I mean? But because he's a United player and he plays for us, he plays well for us. I've got nothing but love for him. You know, Roy Keane. That's another example. If he played for Sunderland, you'd be talking about him as some sort of horrible, you know, sort of like, I don't know, Joey Barton type twat. You know, it's just some ruffian, mate. So that's a fair point. Are we really getting Mbeumo? Here we go soon, or have we failed? What's the news? It's still teetering on a knife edge, mate. They still haven't reached the agreement, but we're still in for him. So expected soon. You're not getting 55 for Garnacho. Biggie clubs know United want rid of him, so aren't going to be paying top price for him. Disagree, Zippy. I disagree with you. What does Bungle think? But personally, I disagree with you, Zippy. I think 55 million is very achievable, especially from a Premier League club. You look around what other players are going for that sort of money. You know, Garnacho's a great player. I don't really understand why people don't think Garnacho's a great player. Garnacho is a great player. He's just young, a bit green, and needs to improve his decision-making. And also, he's a bit of a dick, you know. He is a bit of an ego and a prima donna meltbag, and that makes a difference, I guess. But actually, from a player perspective, goodness me, could you have a 20-year-old player that's done as much as he's done in his short career so far, getting into a Premier League team like Manchester United, winning Puskás Awards for goal of the season, winning FA Cups, and, you know, all the rest of it that he's done, playing with Cristiano Ronaldo, and all this experience that he's had over the last few years? Could you even get that experience anywhere else? He is seriously an experienced 20-year-old player. Like, he has a lot to offer in the future, so I think he can get. Guys, how much do you reckon we can get for Garnacho? Come on, 55 million minimum. That's what we should be getting for Alejandro Garnacho. Katu says, thanks for reading my chat, Pig Lord. Great chat. Hey, no worries to you at all there, Katu. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, lad. You're an absolute legend. And look, that's put you into number 2 on the top fans list. So if you don't know what's going on, we've got a new top fans list that's appeared on YouTube, and finally it's applied to my channel here. And it's like, I don't know what it is, but it's top fans, basically, people interacting with the chat. But it must be heavily weighted on super chats here, because look, Katu's got in number 2, and Zamiasu, who sent a super chat earlier, Zamiasu is number 1. Oh my God, what? No! Are you kidding me? Zayn Miasi's gone into number 1, guys. It's disgusting. He can't be the top fan around here, mate. What's that all about? Oh, my God. Anyway, that's horrible, guys. That's actually straight up horribleness. Hang on a second, guys. What's this? Wait, what's this? Zayn Miasi is number 1. That makes me ill. Look at that, guys. Anyway, that's interesting. Yeah, he's our moaning knob. Lee Catamol vibes, yeah. Okay, so 35 million tops. Interesting. We've got 180 likes. J United, give you a double salute there, lad. Yes, everyone, take a second to hit the thumbs up button if you haven't done so. We've got 300 legends in here. Let's see if we can get 300 likes. Every little like helps the channel out. It's free to like the video. Give us a massive like. Also, get yourself subscribed if you're new to the channel. We're only a couple of people away now from getting to 91,400. No, wait, we've done it. Get in there. So, 91,400. We are there. Give us a subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Get involved. We're on here daily. You'd say more like 35 million tops. 50. Only United would pay 55 million. Ilanga, Jamie Gittins, and Madueke all going for 55 million. I rest my case. Great shout, Eric. You've just said it yourself. I mean, I'm not sure if Garnacho's better than them, but he's certainly more experienced. Okay, Madueke's had Premier League experience, you know, European experience, all the rest of it with Chelsea. Fair play. But, you know, Jamie Gittins has never even been capped for his country. Garnacho's playing with bloody Messi in Argentina and stuff. Garnacho's, you know, further developed than a couple of those youngsters there that you've mentioned, then they're going for big money. So I agree with you, Eric. If they're going for that money, surely we should be able to get that sort of money for him as well. 40 million, a good salesman could get 70 million for him. Top Dog agrees. He says he wants to leave, manager wants him out. No way we get more than 40 million. Well, I think his ego and his comments after the Europa and etc., all the unprofessionalism has hurt it a little bit, but I still think we can get 50 million for him. 40 plus. It's only because there wasn't anyone else playing ahead of him. 50, 35, 40, 250 million, 30 million, 45, 60.
Get in there, my
I mean,
son.
I would take 50 million for him at the very least. At the very least, he's worth at least 50. Matthew, thank you so much, Matthew Lunn, for getting in here with your super chat, lad. He says, I'll be honest, if you get Jackson from us, I fear even Mrs. Pig will smash a tin of beans on the wall. Please buy him from us. Jim likes giving us money. Oh, you're not wrong about that, lad. You're not wrong. And United like to give you money in general, don't we? Matthew Lunn, thank you so much. She would be fuming, mate. She would be fuming if we signed Nicolas Jackson. No, honestly, I don't think it's a good deal either. If it was really cheap, I'm talking 20 mil. It's worth a punt, isn't it? If it was really cheap. If they wanted Garnacho from us, we were just talking about an Aston Villa potential swap deal. But if Chelsea did want Garnacho, because they're linked to him as well, you know, we've talked previously, they'd have to pay an extra premium to get him because they're shithouse Chelsea scammers and they charge us a premium to sign their players. So if they want him, they can pay 65, 70 million, right? But we've discussed potential swaps. Now, if they were to give us 50 million plus Jackson, I'd be up for it, you know. But apparently there's reports that they want shitloads of money for Jackson. So I don't think we should go in for him, only if he was dirt cheap. And actually, only as probably an option up there as well. I still think we'd probably be better off getting another striker. Gangshi says, I agree, Piggy's got so much potential in years ahead of him. 45, 55 minutes all day long, all day. And that would probably be to like a club abroad. If you're talking about a Prem club, they can pay an extra few million quid premium because that's what we have to do. We have to pay 60 million for Mason Mount, you know. So if they actually want him, if Villa wants him, if Chelsea wants him, if Spurs wants him, whoever, they're going to have to pay at least 55 million, I reckon, to get this guy. Otherwise, where's the benefit of the deal for us actually letting him stay in the Prem? We're better off just letting him rot for a bit and try and sell him, I don't know, abroad. Zane is a complete number 2. Hang on. Nice! Yes, he's gone to number 2 now. Matthew Lunn is now the top fan. Thank you, Matthew, legend. Senior still haven't signed Mbeumo. Yes, I know. It's still dragging on. It could be any moment, mate. Could be any moment. We know we're in negotiations. Look, we haven't heard of an official third bid going in yet. But as I've always said, I think that there's an expectation from United to get at least a verbal agreement in place there with Brentford before they're prepared to table an official bid. Because they don't want to be seen having a third bid rejected. Imagine if they went in there with a 65 million bid and then Brentford rejected it. United would just look like absolute mugs. INEOS would look like absolute mugs and we'd end up having to pay the money with a fourth bid or walk away just to save some face. And then where are we? We'd have to start on somebody else. So, yeah, I think we've got to get some sort of agreement in place before we're actually submitting an official bid to Brentford anyway for a third time. But we know we haven't submitted that third official bid yet. They have been negotiating and talking behind the scenes, trying to reach some sort of a verbal understanding, I think, before tabling that offer. That's where I think it is. And as soon as they get that, then they'll table it. It'll be accepted straight away, won't it? But they haven't got to that stage yet. What's your priority in signings? It would be goalkeeper and striker. You know, Mbeumo's not even a priority for me. We've got Bruno, we've got Ahmad, we've got Xerxes, we've got Cunha, we've got Mount, we've got Mainu, we've got various players that can play at number 10, so it's not even a priority for me. My priority would be the striker, which would be in the number 9 position, getting somebody like Ollie Watkins in or Visser, and then the goalkeeper getting someone like Diogo Costa or Martinez, something like that. That would be my priorities. And then beyond that, you know, I'd like Richard Rios or some sort of central midfielder there to come in on the reasonably cheap, and a wing back as well. His personality deducted his price. That's true. It reduced his price. 55. Guess we won't know till deadline day. Oh, I hope nothing drags on for United that long. It will do for other players, though, won't it? I mean, Mbeumo, hopefully we'll get done the next few days. But the other players, we've already said we're not working on any other players right now. Not to the point where we're actually discussing transfers with football clubs anyway. Oh, Sully says, oh man, if United sign Nicolas Jackson, it will be over. I agree with you, Sully. That's like damning us to mid-table gasness, isn't it? Swap Nicolas Jackson for Mason Mount. Every day I get to... Oh, no! Oh, fucking hell! Like, controller just dropped on the floor and the front's come off. I think it just clips back on, to be fair. It'll be all right. Anyway, just casually breaking stuff here. All right, that one wasn't a rage quit either. That wasn't a rage-induced controller break. It's all right. I think it's just a faceplate. Anyway, yes, yeah, we saw that earlier on, Samaconda. I put that up on the screen. Berber sent it me. It does sound reasonable, but I've always heard that Brentford were looking for 70 million anyway all summer long, so I don't know really where we get that from. I mean, we had a 62.5 million combined offer rejected. If they were that close to reaching an agreement with us or that close to the figure, then we'd have reached it by now. So I always figured they wanted 70 million for him. But we should be able to get a bit off of that. We just need to pay a bit more up front. He's a terrible player, trash. Well, interestingly enough, I saw some stats from the Statman Dave going around, which was showing some of Nicolas Jackson's stats. He gets a lot of chances. Like, there's only a few players in the Premier League who actually get more chances than him. I think that sums him up, though. He's the sort of player that's getting into great positions. He's athletic, he's quick, he's strong, all of that. He's a unit, you know. He gets around, doesn't he? He's getting a lot of chances. His movement's not bad, but the rest of it is suspect. The vision, the intelligence, the finishing, the clinicality, all of that, that's what's lacking there for him. So it's just not really the clinical enough sort of striker that we need, I don't think. 55 minimums in a better situation would be worth 60. Yeah, true. That's true. If he played for, you know, Liverpool right now, or if he just played for Napoli or someone, he'd probably be worth a fortune, wouldn't he, Alejandro Garnacho? Yeah, I saw that story, Johnny M. I mean, is it true? Well, you've just answered it yourself there, Johnny lad, because you said it's from the Sun. So you've answered it yourself, mate. They haven't increased it. Some has been 70. Yeah, I thought it was always 70 as well. That's what I think, Neil Crowd, to be honest. Yep, there'll be streams this evening, Elliot. Absolutely, my friend. Yeah, sorry there wasn't a stream yesterday on the channel. As I say, I was a little bit under the weather with a bit of lurgy. And I was going to jump on if there was any big news or anything, but there wasn't. So there was no news from Man United yesterday other than a speculative guff talk shite link for a stupid Nan, which is, you know, I'd rather a stupid Nan was signed right now to play as striker, you know, or my Nan as goalkeeper, or no. But listen, what was I saying? Yes, a stupid Nan. That's just a stupid deal, isn't it, really, for Man United right now? I mean, he is a good player. I like him. I rate him. But what's the point of that? It doesn't really help us for what the positions that we've got to strengthen. This is it. We have to strengthen the position. Anyway, I just think that's a bullshit talk shite link anyway. I don't really agree that that's even on the cards because it just doesn't really make sense. No show. Ooh, keep calm. INEOS are in control. It's sad how your club's being destroyed. Worse now is Sir Jim. No, it doesn't seem to be getting any better, Matthew. They've come in and scrimped it right down, haven't they, Matthew? You're absolutely right. They are the scrimp kings. They've come in and sacked everyone off and then scrimping and scraping, and they're not really investing. You're right. It's gash, Matthew. Garnacho for Richarlison deal. I've never really been a huge lover of Richarlison, you know. I've always thought he was an overrated mess. If Manchester United don't get these players, surely they will be down again. All the other team are well prepared for next season, except Manchester United late as always. That's right, Ashford. A lot of all these teams already massively prepared, and we're not. Right, anyway, I'm just going to check the latest news here, guys, see if there's anything new that's come in here for Manchester United updates throughout the last sort of 20 minutes as we've been talking. Bournemouth just signed a new goalkeeper. Bournemouth confirmed... Oh, no, sorry. Chelsea just sold a new goalkeeper, I should say. Bournemouth confirmed goalkeeper Petrovic has joined from Chelsea on a 5-year... Oh, no, they have signed him, sorry. Bournemouth's president says, we have been looking for the right talent to invest in with this area. Nice, so they signed Petrovic from Chelsea then. That's interesting. We haven't signed a goalkeeper, but Bournemouth have. Yeah, Fab's just reported that Serbian international Petrovic signed from Chelsea for £25 million. There you go. That's the only news. Anyway, there's no news that's come out since then. Let's get stuck into the live chat, guys. Let's get stuck right into the live chat here then. We're going to have a Q&A for a few minutes. Keep hitting the likes on the video. Give us a thumbs up. Get yourself subscribed and involved in the chat. I'm just going to shout out everyone who's reposted us on X using the link at the top of the live chat there. Big ups to the reposters and legends that have shared the show around, which helps us spread the word. Big ups Aaron, Berber, Bobby, Kieran, Paul, and Ashley Vote. Thank you so much, you absolute legends. I appreciate it. Right, let's get stuck into the live chat, guys. We just hit 200 likes as well. Sui, let's see what you guys are saying for a few minutes. There is no more United news coming out. Pathetic window. United, again, pulling our plonker. We haven't been able to reach an agreement with Brentford for Mbeumo, and we haven't been working on any other players either. It's truly a pathetic window so far. United couldn't even win a bid for you, Piggy. No, probably not. Liverpool wouldn't touch Gashi. Francisco says, hello, everyone. Another horrible day in signings. Well, we're still here supporting. Yeah, Francisco, it's pure filth. Johnny Swan, good afternoon, you hero. How you doing? United need a defender rather than buying a left-back. I agree. And if we are going to get a wing-back, it should be somebody that can play on the right wing-back, really. Because we've got a few left wing-backs, in all fairness. But actually, I say, yeah, we don't even need a left wing-back, mate. What we need is, well, a midfielder, central defender, maybe. Yeah. You splashing out on the away shirt. I'm probably not Samakon. I might do a cheeky DH gate, lad. Whereas United fans have no control over... I'm not supporting those Glazer shithouses and INEOS liars. Not at this stage, mate. No frigging way. You think I'm giving my hard-earned money to go and invest in their own fucking personal 70-foot yachts they're going to buy this fucking next dividends or whatever? Bollocks. Not doing that. You know. They've got to spend the money on these players first before I'm prepared to spend my money on their shirts and merchandise and shit like that. I've always said it. I love supporting this football club. All I want to do is support the football club and have the money that us fans put into the football club used wisely and used properly. But it's not being, is it? They're not spending and buying the players we need in the key positions we need. So until they do that, these wankers can spin on it, mate. I'm getting my shirt from a Chinese sweatshop. You know what I mean? That's not any better, is it? Fuck. But you know what I mean. I'm just kidding. So is this Mbeumo deal coming to an end or what? Oh, probably what, mate? Haven't bought jerseys since 2012. I respect that. INEOS are so tight they're saving on Bryan Mbeumo's wages. Also, away shirt looks a bit Spursy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I thought they were going to get Mbeumo in to sell that new shirt, but you know, you're not bothered about Mbeumo. Do you know what, hi to all? I really want Mbeumo, but I'm again not that bothered because it's the position in the team we don't even really need to strengthen that much, mate. We've got 6 number 10s. You know, yes, he will be better, and I'm well happy to get him in. But actually, striker, goalkeeper, right wing back, central midfield, centre back, those are the key positions really more so than getting another number 10, even though this will be a great signing. INEOS are just as useless as the Glazers. I mean, obviously, they're trying to get goals into the team. That's what they're trying to do. Must be decent loan deals. That's true. I mean, we've heard a few options with the likes of maybe Palinia, DHgate, slave labour. Yeah, I mean, I've actually never bought anything off DHgate. I'm hearing a lot about it these days. Imagine Casemiro, Modric and Bruno just for one season. Yeah, interesting. Modric still great player. Obviously, he's just gone to AC, hasn't he? But a great player. Nicolas Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. That shirt looks horrid. Modric's gone to AC. Yes, he has. Get your shirt from the back of a lorry pig, eh? Fair play to you, Elliot, lad. I think we'll push more of our youth into the first team rather than making too many signings. Penny pinching plonkers. Yeah, plonker pulling, penny pinching pricks. I agree with you, Johnny. I'm afraid I'll zone out again after we get 4 out of 15 points. Give 10 out for 100 and then pitches the left. Yeah, Marek, not wrong, lad. If we have a rough start out the first 5 games, it's back to reality, isn't it? To AC Milan for free. What's our scouts and recruitment team doing? I know. Who picked that colour? You haven't bought a shirt in years, at least 10 years. They're cheeky bastards. Good shout there, my son. Arsenal fan platforms must be pretty piss poor. But we're letting Rashford, Sancho, Anthony and Garnacho all go. Definitely need forwards. Well, we need forwards, but we actually need different numbers. Number 9 is probably what we need. A number 9, a striker. You know, if you think about the number 10, if you think about Amarim's system, right, we're letting wingers go. Rashford, Garnacho, Anthony, Sancho, they're all wingers. They're all conventionally players that are going to be playing like the left wing or the right wing in a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. Now the 3-4-2-1 that Amarim plays is obviously more befitting to players who can play more central at times as well. The number 10s are going to have to go wide. But he's playing with right wing-backs, left wing-backs, playing with wing-backs, and he's playing with number 10s. He's not playing with conventional wingers, right? Rashford, Sancho, Anthony, Garnacho, they're all conventional wingers. So they are going, we do need some replacements. But actually, the key position we need to strengthen where we don't have the players in the personnel in the team for that position is striker. And Mbeumo could be 9 or 10. That's why we want him so much. He could be, but still, most of his time's been played, on the right wing for Brentford last season. He did play 6 times, I think it was, at striker for them. But he's not a striker, out striker, but he can play there. Yes, our top priority striker, I agree with you, lad. Matthew Lunn, thank you again for another super chat. He says, could it get to the point where you panic sell? I mean, yeah, because I guess getting players off of our books like Sancho, Rashford, Garnacho is better for us to get them off of our books and get something than them staying around being toxic and collecting wages. So I think we could panic sell a little bit. But certainly for Garnacho, we should look to receive at least 50 mil. Michael Jackson to Man United. Yee! Thank you, Johnny Swan, lad. Only explanation he frequents all these United channels. Fireboy, what's going on? How you doing? Yes, High to Horses. Maybe INEOS is concocting some of their chemicals to make the infamous 5 play better with better attitude. Oh my God, goodness me! They need some serious chemicals to make that happen, lad. Like some Toxic Avenger type chemicals. Very possible. Bruno and Cunha for number 10s, then a good striker. Yes, exactly. I like your style, Butters. Nothing wrong with that. If we don't sign a striker in this window, we'd rather start Cheeto Obi. Yeah, absolutely. I agree, Adam. He should be ahead of Hojlund. We should still desperately be trying to sell Hojlund, or at the very least loan him out, let him play somewhere else, get some experience, get the problem away from us, at least for a while. Because he is contracted until 2030, he could come back a better player in a year's time. You despise 3 at the back. I'm not a lover either, Paul. I'd still love it if we were playing 4-4-2. I know only about 6% of teams in the Prem actually in games played 4-4-2 last season, which is very low in terms of the games overall. Only 6% of the time there was a team playing 4-4-2, which is crazy because if you go back 20 years, it'd be like 80% playing 4-4-2. But yeah, hope you do well. Do I think we're getting Mbeumo? Yeah, I mean, I do. And Mbeumo's a right wing, yes, but he can also, like I said, he's very versatile. Mbeumo's the sort of player he can play anywhere across the front 3. So you could play him striker, central, you can play him number 10, you can play him right wing. And obviously as a number 10, you do have to still go wide. Of course you do. You're not just staying central, but there is different attributes required to being a number 10 than there is being just an out-and-out winger, which I think Mbeumo does possess, which I think Rashford does not possess. Afternoon, how you doing there, Lee Heesman? Yes, mate, I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking you, Don. Sancho, Rashford, too lazy to play under Amorim. Yeah, that's what it is. And the 6 times he played there were by far his worst rated games. Well, there you go, Lucy. So you think you guys will fail to sell for full value and sell unwanted players? Maybe. Shinigami, thank you for subscribing to the channel, Shinigami. Legend, thank you for hitting the subscribe. Hit the subscribe if you're new. They want 70. We only want to pay 62.5, Uchenna, and we're just basically just scrimping and taking time to sign him rather than pay the money. I have not got myself a replacement guitar, Justin. No. Do you think most of the fan base will question Amorim from the season start or be understanding? They'll be understanding if he doesn't get any more players. Rate the window so far. It's a 1 out of 10 from me, Carol. Yeah, I'm tired. It's 27.1 degrees in the room right now. Not too bad, mate. Tired of the same news all the time. Same. Deaf up for a panic sell. Rip the band-aid off. Well, that too. Yes, absolutely. Need a good number 1, a good number 9. Completely agree. Rather start Maguire at striker. We did have an awful goal return, Russell, lad. You think Amorim can succeed? However, another manager could solve this Rubik's Cube in less steps. Well, that's fair. If a manager was able to play a system maybe more befitting of the team that was left by Ten Hag, which obviously Amorim is not playing that system. Amorim played a different system, which these players clearly could not play last season. So, it depends how he starts. This is another Sancho transfer saga. We have our pants pulled down on outgoings. Even Anthony had a great season. Will be sold or loaned cheaply. You're probably right. Remember Michael Jackson's statue at Fulham? I know. What the fuck, mate? I remember that. That was when Al Fayed was the chairman, wasn't it? You really, because they were like best mates. You really want Bryan Mbeumo to come, but seriously, we've wasted too much time. We should have bought a different player. Timo clearly been working on United transfers. Exactly why he's done nothing for a few weeks. Exactly, Bob. I need to get on it, mate. What's going on? Thoughts on Anthony? Real Batiste, hopefully we'll sign him. I don't want us to stick with him because, again, he doesn't really fit Amorim's system. If United want to sign a centre-back, who would you take? Who would I take at centre-back? Interesting. That's a good question. I'm just trying to think of somebody who's somewhat realistic. Because there's a lot of top centre-backs we just would not be able to attract right now. You've stumped me there. Mbeumo would make a good 10. Not sure about a 9, though. I agree. This guy, like, tier 700 for transfer news. There's been no Mbeumo update. Who are you talking about there, cowboy lad? Mbeumo deal was stalled now, so Sky Sports says. Yeah, there you go. There is literally no Mbeumo update. That's all I've said throughout the show anyway. How many points in the first 5, Piggy, other than these shitty updates from the likes of Luckhurst and stuff, which we've looked at. We need to be patient. Yes, Gaston Ido's Tier 1 for Argentinian news. Big breaks, many things to do with the national team. Right, okay. Yeah, I saw some of these links yesterday, right? That was for the... Was that for the Martinez? Yeah, that was for the Martinez deal, was it? Gaston Idol. Yeah, no, I find that to be bullshit, lad. But if you say so. Enjoy these. Thank you, Marek Stachowski. Potentially Garnacho 50. I hope you're right, though. I'm trying to fix some skirting board, and every time I get measurement in my head, you shout a load of numbers out. Oh, I'm so sorry there, Jay Riley. 69.2.1.7. Will you do a watch-along for the first preseason game on the 19th of September 2020, 77 789241? No. Yes, I definitely will, Keanu. Ignacio from Sporting. Great shout. A little bit of a hammering link there as well. Happy with Martinez in goal. Hayden Hackney from Borough. Cunha and Mbeumo's 10s and Ollie Watkins up front. Now you're talking, Jay. Now you're talking. Right, anyway, listen, guys, we're going to have to wrap this stream up now. We've been on here for an hour and 5 minutes. It's getting pretty warm in the sty. We're going to wrap this up. But it's been a great little stream. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. There's the latest updates, i.e. there isn't much to update. But apparently it's still on. Look, we have maybe been offered Nicolas Jackson, but I don't think we are really interested in him, and nor should we be interested in him. We're not really working on any other players. It is pathetic. There are speculative links to people like Estupinan, but I think it's just a stupid link, and it's not really feasible. You know, we are hoping that Brentford are going to get this deal for Amari Hutchinson done as well, which I guess increases the likelihood that Mbeumo can be done. Garnacho maybe could be wanted by the likes of Spurs, Villa, Aston Villa and Chelsea. Also, I forgot to mention this. We have actually made 20 million from sell-on clauses and also Sancho's loan termination. So we got 5 million back from Sancho. Obviously, Carreras, we got 7 million for, you know, so Elanga and Oyedele. We've actually made like 20 million quid just on other teams basically selling our players. So that's quite interesting. Yep, definitely. Worst transfer window ever. I'd still say the David Moyes one was worse at the moment, but it's close. It could be Mbeumo at 10s with Cunha up front. It could be Johnny, yeah. Again, I think Cunha and Mbeumo at 10s makes the most sense with a proper number 9. Legends, thank you, Hypergraphia. Thank you, Pete Morris, Kingslayer, Vexico, Daz, Salford, SCJ. Definitely SCJ, definitely. I can't wait till the games are back, mate. Only a few days. Smash up those Leeds United scum. Kevin United. Right, guys, get yourself subscribed to the channel. Smash that like button before you go. It's free. Hit the thumbs up. It helps the stream and the channel out. Also, get yourself clicking that bell icon for notifications so you don't miss any news. We'll be jumping on if there is any big breaking news or anything. If not, we'll be on here around, 10 p.m. tonight for an evening rundown. We don't like to flog a dead horse around here, guys. There's lots of dead horses being flogged on YouTube, isn't there? We don't like to flog dead horses, guys, too much. We didn't stream yesterday because there was no news. Also, I was a bit under the weather. There is, an expectation that this deal will be getting done soon. But if you see a video pop up that says Mbeumo done, or here we go or something on this channel, it means that one of the key journos, such as Fab or Ornstein, has basically announced this deal as done. So keep a lookout. Click the bell icon. That way you won't miss anything. Nice one. Thanks, Bottom Bliss, Superstar, Pete Morris, Neil Crows, STJF, Johnny Swan, Jay and Kingsley, and everybody else as well. All the moderators, people like Gungshi, The Mustard, Daz, Salford, etc. Big ups to the mod squad. Thank you all the members in green for being members and supporting the channel. Like Johnny Swan, STJF, Superstar, Gregory Burke, and everybody else as well. Big up the Bacon Brigade. Thank you so much to the Patreons as well. The patrons, you can become a patron on patreon.com/FlyingPigUnited if you want some extra content behind the scenes and also offline community chat. Check it out in the description. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. That's it from me. Piggy loves you. Follow us on Insta, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch and Kick at Flying Pig United. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, Gungshi Legend. Have a great day. Hi to all, SCJ, Neil and everybody as well. Thank you so much for watching the stream and I'll see you on the next one. And remember, Piggy loves you. And also remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. Get in there, you beauties. Thank you so much to all the patrons here for supporting the channel on patreon.com/FlyingPigUnited. As a thank you, all you legends will be appearing on this outro list. Get in there. Once again, thank you to all the YouTube members, but one of the best ways you can support the channel is on patreon.com. So check it out. Patreon.com/FlyingPigUnited. And once again, a big thank you to all the legends that do support the channel on Patreon.